Pleasure to be here. Thank you for the invitation. A big fan of John Lewis, big fan of Agile Roundabout. Thank you for keep going. Amazing, great community. I'm part of the strategy team at Wipro Digital. I'm not sure if you heard of Wipro. Anybody heard of Wipro? Very large IT company, so it's a very traditional IT provider. But now we've created and invested into a new digital part of the business. We are extending our capabilities beyond IT. We're heavily investing into digital design thinking, experience-led approach, engineering, top coder, Aperio, cloud transformation. So we are now an end-to-end digital transformation partner, cutting across from IT all the way to business. And today I wanted to talk about the topic that I feel very passionate about, the product vision, strategy, and alignment, and understand the importance of it. So in my role, I primarily work with our clients in financial services, typically very large traditional banks. And I'll share some of the reflections and some thoughts that I kind of picked up along the way. And I'd love to hear your views towards the end. Before I start, I wanted to ask, how many product owners do we have today in the room? Well, a few. Very good, great. And I think this topic is probably relevant for everyone across the software development and within the Agile delivery. And it's even though the product owners are kind of responsible for the strategy and the vision and what we're building and why. So we bring together, as I mentioned, we're going beyond technology, so we're bringing strategy, design, and technology to provide end-to-end services for IT stakeholders and business stakeholders. Just go very fast on this one. Focusing on strategic transformation, so going beyond IT transformation, but also focusing on the business transformation. And as part of it, we bring new ways of working, where we start off with the customer first, the experience-led approach, and bringing new ways of working in terms of co-creation, collaboration, breaking the silos, and bringing outside-in approach. So in terms of capabilities, what we have in-house is business design, experience design, digitalization, which is back-end process optimization, BPO, front-end development, technical architecture, platform engineering, agile delivery, and many more. In terms of the outcomes and things that we can deliver is the future vision. So that's kind of the starting point, understanding the current state, developing the future vision, future customer journeys, experience roadmap, and prioritized list of interventions, change portfolio, working prototypes. We typically partner with our clients who want to, number one, play better in their category, lead in their category, or disrupt their category. And we're trying to set the kind of the bar depending on the ambition that our client's facing, whether it's about fixing the basics or leading in the category, becoming the market leader, or disrupting the industry. Now, some of the challenges that I heard from the client interactions were something like, and these are the interactions with the delivery teams that are comprised of engineers, designers, product owners, business analysts, product managers. So we don't know what we're building and why. We are told what to do. We want to be part of the shaping process as a team. We're taking orders from the senior management, and we don't have time for innovation. Does this sound familiar or? Sometimes, yes, not always. So I kind of started to wonder what is the root cause, what is the issue, and probably have seen the Spotify, the engineering culture, and it kind of sums it up very well. The alignment and autonomy, the two main building blocks of the new ways of working and agile delivery. Without knowing what we're building and why, we don't really know how to deliver the product. So I think the alignment and autonomy are equally important. Just go back for a second. Sorry. So if we always try to achieve, I mean, the desired place is to be in that kind of green area, in the green box, where there is high alignment and high autonomy, where we know what we're doing, why, and we know how to deliver. If we're in the corner with a very high alignment, it's instruction-led, and if we're in the corner of the bottom right corner, this is chaos, and we're just delivering stuff. Going to the basics, the tools of agile product management, very important to start with the visioning, the why, the strategy, the how to deliver, and the tactic, what we're delivering. Lots of sort of standard industry tools to support that, and I'll talk about some of the tools that we use and developed. Right. Some of you are probably familiar with the Lean Startup method, where we're creating the vision. And the vision doesn't change. The vision stays there. It's something that allows us to ground ourselves. It's a very aspirational statement of the North Star, the true North Star destination. It's very brief, short, and very punchy, that North Star destination, which is based on the two main hypotheses, which is value hypothesis and the growth hypothesis. What value do we create? What problem are we solving? And do we have growth potential? The strategy can change. We want to pivot. We want to pivot depending on the reaction, the feedback that we're getting from customers. And that's really important. The vision pretty much stays sound and unchanged, where strategy can change and the product will follow. The strategy is comprised of the business model, product roadmap, the partnerships, competitors, and customers. Now, just a few examples around the vision and the business idea. So very simple business kind of, the vision statement for IKEA is to create a better everyday life for the many people. Very brief, very short, punchy statement. The next example is from Tesla. And I think I love this example because it shows how that vision comes to life 10 years later. So this was a blog that Elon Musk wrote 12 years ago, 2006. Build a sports car, use that money to build an affordable car, use that money to build an even more affordable car, while doing above, provide zero-emission electric power generation options. And don't tell anyone. Now, this vision came to life, the next slide is, at the end of March in 2016, 10 years later, when he launched Model 3. Reframing the problem statement. When we looked at the Apple Store and the vision behind it, what was interesting is the vision behind it was not based on the ambition to build a store to increase the market share of our products, but the vision was based on a very simple statement. How do we enrich the lives? And who offers the best customer service in the world? And what I found it interesting is that Steve Jobs looked outside of the industry, IT altogether completely. He looked at the hospitality industry as an example, as the inspiration to create the genius concept that there is a very successful concept within the Apple Store. So that's another very powerful example of the vision statement and work. What can we learn about product vision in the mobile industry? Let's look at the example of Nokia and Apple. So in 2007, Nokia was the leading company with a dominant position in the cell phones market. They kept perfecting their devices, so they were doing a lot of incremental innovation and improving their devices as such, making them smaller or adding features. Then came the iPhone, which marked the beginning of the end of the Nokia. Obviously, besides designing a product, they offered a very engaging and meaningful experience. Product or service, or both. And when we compare the old devices to the one we see today, it's a very different experience. A lot of it is based on experience. And I think the vision of Nokia did not reflect that shift. We kind of moved from product-informed to different experience and similar devices. Now, I'll pause here, and I wanted to talk about product vision and how do we get there. And I think very often we jump to conclusions and we jump to solutions without thinking and understanding the problem. And I think it's a very profound statement, a quote from Einstein. If I had an hour to solve a problem, I'd spend 55 minutes thinking about the problem itself and 5 minutes thinking about solutions. Very often, and what I see in my job and my role, the clients jump to solutions. It's always an IT solution. There is another architecture. There is a AI, big data, and it's always plug and play. But is it the right solution? Do we know what problem we're solving? And I think this could be a kind of key takeaway, and if you could take that as a key takeaway, it's so important that we challenge each other in our day-to-day jobs not to jump to conclusions and accept solutions, but understand the problem that we're solving first. And I'll talk about some of the ways that we could do that. For example, one of the ways is we call it transformation method that we use. It's a 5-step process that we use within the company. Very powerful tool. I would encourage you to think about it. We can bring it to life together, but the first step is always about disruptive insights and understanding the current state beyond the company, looking at customers, competitors, and the trends outside of the company, understanding the trends within the company as well, creating the future vision, that aspiration, that true north destination for the company. Then developing the experience roadmap or prioritization roadmap. How do we get there? How do we get from the current state to the target state? And then moving into continuous delivery mode. So we call it continuous delivery, where you can build and develop and iterate, test and learn. Understanding current state. So this is a framework that we developed based on our kind of collaboration with the clients. And again, very, very powerful tool to help you understand the problems that you're facing and give you a 360 view of that current state. So I call it inside out and outside in view. So the outside in view is the customers and competitors. Do we understand our customers, their needs, their pain points? What are they looking for? Do we understand the competitors within a particular industry or sector? What are the trends? What are the disruptive forces of change? From the inside-out perspective, it's really important to understand the stakeholder view, the strategic direction that we're taking, but also the trends within the margins, growth rates, etc. Understand the colleagues who serve our clients on the phone, understand the systems picture, and how it's designed. So very powerful framework to understand and help you understand the current state. Some standard industry tools to help you create the vision boards. You're probably using that already. And just to have a bit of structure to help you kind of highlight the key areas around who are the segments, what are the needs, what is the product, what are the business goals. And really find that sweet spot between the customer value and the business value. Now, moving into product strategy, we probably need a few tips. So we want to start with what we know, focus on what matters the most, create the product strategy together with the team, let your vision guide you, and always start with the users. Understand what problem you're solving, what makes your product special, and what are the desired business benefits. This is another very useful framework to be used for developing product strategy in addition to your product vision, to go further in terms of understanding the competitors, revenue sources, cost factors, channels. Business model canvas, very useful tool. Value proposition model, the next one. Yeah, very useful tool to just bring it all together. So there are lots of tools to help you guide you in order to create that strategy and to facilitate that alignment. So in terms of the, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the tools. I'm only sharing sort of things that are very useful and valuable along the way. So. And something that works for us and our clients. Why product vision is important? First of all, it gives you the direction. It gives you that aspirational true North Star. It helps you to prioritize and have a clear view of priorities, what you're building first. Gives you motivation, and it helps to empower the team. And we're going to talk about culture, because culture can eat strategy for breakfast. And I think to facilitate that, you need to give that as inspiration to the team to drive that motivation. Alignment. We need to have common and shared understanding of the goals, what we're trying to achieve. So I think there are very good, strong 4 reasons to have a clear product vision. And sometimes the product vision may exist, or maybe sometimes it may be feel superficial, but we have to communicate it. And we need to communicate it beyond the product owners or business community. We need to make sure that everybody is on board and has an opportunity to contribute. The more alignment we have, the more autonomy we can grant. The one enables the other, and that's really important. Without alignment, we can't have autonomy, and vice versa. There is nothing so useless as doing efficiently that which should not be done at all. And sometimes we need to know what we need to do and we should not be doing. And a few closing remarks around the product vision, product strategy. First of all, describe the motivation behind the product. It's a goal, it's an aspiration, that North Star that we can aspire to achieve as a team. Distinguish between the vision and the product strategy. And as I said before, vision is something that you want to ground yourself in, and strategy is something that you may want to pivot depending on the feedback that you're getting. I like the example from the Alice in Wonderland. Asked which way Alice should take, the cat replies, that depends a good deal on where you want to get to. I don't much care where, says Alice. Then it doesn't matter which way you go, responds the cat. Employ a shared vision. So you need to collaborate. And I think that's really important for product owners to step up and facilitate that. Give an opportunity for the team to contribute and create that vision together. So going beyond the business. Choose an inspiring vision. So as Steve Jobs said, if you're working on something exciting that you really care about, you don't have to be pushed. The vision pulls you. And I think that says it all. Think big. Make your product vision broad, ambitious, to engage people. Bring them with you. Keep your vision short and sweet. Simplicity is so important. It's the ultimate sophistication. Less is more. Co-create and connect with strategy, technology, design. Go beyond the business to create the best vision. Use the vision to guide your decisions. And help focus everyone on that ultimate kind of reason for creating that product. And a few closing remarks. I think I've missed one video. No, it's coming up at the end. I think when we talk about agile delivery, we focus on autonomy quite a lot and the route to life and all the obstacles. And I think people work with autonomy, mastering purpose. I think autonomy is motivating when you have the empowerment and the tools to deliver and release and launch your products. And now alignment is equally extremely important. It enables autonomy and it inspires, motivates the team. The vision plays an important role in bringing a new product to life. It acts as an overarching goal, guiding everyone and helps everyone to come together to achieve the common goal. Without a shared vision and effective strategy, people are likely to pull in different directions. And I was going to finish with a video. Turn the Ship Around by David Marker. Has anybody seen it? Few people seen it. Well, I think it's very inspirational, and I think it brings together the alignment and autonomy together. It's 10 minutes. We're not going to have time to watch the entire video, but I would highly recommend it. Yeah, so thank you very much.